And welcome back to Phone a Friend News with the Ambassadors of Gaming. I'm one of your two hosts, Ambassador Chris.
I'm Ambassador Michael.
We have news about stuff.
Yes, we do.
We're
Alright.
doing this earlier in the day, so I've got like a lot of light in here.
My
That's
lighting's the
some
same because I live in a basement.
you
So.
do. You do live in a
Alright, so this is gonna be a hefty one, so settle in. First things first. We're gonna talk about.
hefty. Wimpy.
I love that commercial.
Hefty.
So we don't talk about Lego Dimensions ever on here, but I thought the way Lego Dimensions is doing a new character is very interesting.
It really is.
So they are releasing a Supergirl figure. Right. Now, the reason this Supergirl figure is weird is, first of all, it's a ps4 exclusive. So, and they haven't done exclusivity at all yet. So, this is the first piece of exclusive content. And then, to get Supergirl at the figurine, you have to buy the starter pack. So, you have to, I guess the starter pack's the one that comes with, Batman and Gandalf and some other girl. And now it includes Supergirl, too. But you have to buy that to get her, whereas all the other ones you can just buy packs or buy them individually, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's like their year 2 thing. So, but for the people that don't already have, that already have the starter pack, it's kind of weird for them because it's like, well, shit, they're not gonna want to go out and buy a whole nother one. They're just gonna eBay or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can, I guess, through in-game currency, use her as a hero for hire, so you just pay in-game currency to use her for whatever parts you would need her for, I guess. But this Supergirl specifically is the one from the New 52, I guess. So she is also a Red Lantern, which is interesting to me. I don't keep up on comics, so...
Neither do I, but, I don't know. She already has a bunch of powers. Does she really need to be a lantern?
I mean, it's like the time they made Batman the Green Lantern. They gave him the Green Lantern ring. They gave the most creative person in their entire universe a ring that solely depends on creativity and willpower.
You kick the crap out of Jon Stewart or Hal Jordan.
He beat the shit out of everybody, and then he was like, you know what? I probably shouldn't have this. And it was also when he was early Batman, so he kind of didn't know what the fuck he was doing. So then he just kind of wanted to see his parents again. So, and then they were like, "We're gonna take this back now."
They were like, "Okay,
that's enough."
It was a good test drive, but it's gonna be a no.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a no for me.
Yeah, exactly. So that's Supergirl. Interesting. I don't know if there'll be more exclusive content or not. The only reason we're reporting on it is because I thought it was interesting the way they're rolling it out. So now we're going to talk about the big controversy of the week, I guess. It's No Man's Sky stuff. So
before we say anything, why don't we give our own brief opinion on the game?
Okay. Well,
okay.
Can I read something first that I pulled from a website that pulled it from Sean Murray's mouth? So I wish he had said something, I guess, like this, or to get more publicity before the game had released. And here's the quote. He said, "If you hoped for things like PvP, multiplayer, or city building, piloting freighters, or building civilizations, that isn't what No Man's Sky is. Over time, it might become some of those things through updates." I wish he had said that beforehand, I guess, or it had gotten more publicity beforehand. I'm sure he did say that, because I know he's talked about multiplayer before. But that was the biggest upset for people, is they're just so used to multiplayer-centric games.
I can't help but notice every single person that I've talked to has ended up starting in the same galaxy. I'd like to point that out. Almost every single person has started in the Euclid galaxy.
That's interesting. I've only talked to one other person, and it was somebody I worked with, and I didn't ask him. But, fuck, I've been playing No Man's... I stopped playing it for a while because I just, I've been busy and I just don't want to... I'm just not in the mood for it. It's like Minecraft. That's exactly how I describe it, too, is it's just like Minecraft. If you don't like Minecraft, you're not going to like No Man's Sky, and even if you like Minecraft, you still might not like No Man's Sky.
For me, No Man's Sky I thought was really cool. It got boring very fast. At
It
least
does.
to me.
It
Even
does.
through upgrading and stuff, I still like it. I still
Yeah.
think it's fun, but it just
It's very tedious. It's an exploration game.
yeah, it's if there was a building aspect to it, because unfortunately I didn't do enough research on my own, so I was
Yeah.
expecting like a Minecraft aspect to it, but there really isn't.
It's
There's not.
yeah. It's really collect these resources. Go do this. Go do this.
You
Collect
can't
some more
even use the
resources.
resources aside from upgrading certain things.
Upgrading and fueling your ship is pretty
Yeah.
much all you use it for. So well, I mean, you can collect other stuff if you want to sell. So I mean, I do that. Like I'll go and collect a bunch of gold or a bunch of emerald, and sell it because I'm trying to get a better ship. Like I still have the ship I started out with, so, and I have like 30 inventory spaces, like on my character, and I still only have 15 in my ship. So, like, see,
It's just and when in Minecraft I can go find something and I can use that something I found to make like 100 different things.
exactly. I understand people's frustrations with it, and it's a niche game, is what it is. It's like you have to be into that kind of shit, and like, I'm totally cool with just flying around fucking planets and looking at shit. Like that's my biggest thing is I land on a planet. I'm like, is this planet cool? Nope. Yes. And then I either explore it or I get the fuck out. And then I go to another planet. I'm like, is this planet cool? Yes. No. And then I get the fuck out.
If there were deep caves, I think that'd be cool, but there aren't even those.
There
There
are, but
caves.
they're dangerous. I guess there are deep caves, but if you go into a deep cave, it's like almost impossible to find your way out. Like, so people are like, just avoid caves. Because of the way that the world is procedurally generated, sometimes it'll just create a cave and then not make an exit. Or the exit will be so fucking far away that it takes you forever to get back out. And I'm like, well, that seems like it'd be really fucking annoying. But to be fair, they thought about that a little bit because there are save files. So, like, if that were to happen, worst case, you're like, I'm going to lose 5 minutes and I'll just go back to the last time I saved or whatever. Because it's one of those games where it's like, I just religiously save because I fucked up once and I didn't save for like an hour and a half. And I died. And I had to go. And I still, I guess when you die, it puts it in that weird, like, autosave kind of thing. But if I were to, like, completely shut my system off, it would just be fucked. Like, it's
I
just
haven't
gone.
died in game yet.
You
at
know,
all.
you know why I die a lot is because the space battles kind of fucking suck. And that's mostly because my ship fucking sucks and I don't put any emphasis on upgrading my ship's battle capacity because I'm like, I'm not going to go be a pirate and blow up these ships to get good resources, which I could do. But I'm just not going to because I don't want to piss anybody off. Because at that point, I'm going to feel like it's Grand Theft Auto and every system I go into, they're going to be like, hey, that's the guy that stole all our shit. Go get him. I'm like, fuck that.
So go ahead. Now that we have shared our opinion, go ahead and tell me the news.
Okay. So...
Or them the news. Us. Tell us all.
So... No Man's Sky could get paid DLC in the future. Sean Murray said he may have been naive in saying that it couldn't. So his quote, he had an interview with the Daily Star, and he said maybe in the future if there's some reason why we just couldn't possibly afford to do a certain feature without charging for it, they would. That's where his quote ends, and he is leading on to say if they need to charge for DLC, they will, but I really don't think they will because I feel like they're gonna make enough money off the game. As shitty as that is, with how many people are mad and disappointed about it, they're still gonna be able to make that money. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't have a problem with there being future DLC. There is an update, I guess, where they're going to. You are going to be able to get freighters, like big ass ships. So, that is part of one of the updates they plan to do. Now, here's my thing. I'll say one more thing about No Man's Sky because I think it's really relatable to Minecraft. When Minecraft first came out, it kind of like, at least on PC, when it first came out on PC before we got it on console, it was like a little real niche thing. Like people were like, this game's alright, whatever, and then people showed it to their friends and it blew the fuck up out of nowhere. Whereas No Man's Sky had the reverse effect. Nobody knew what the fuck it was. It blew the fuck up through publicity, and then people got it and were like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So, like, it kind of suffers from that, but I'm also kind of excited to see, because Minecraft now is not even fucking close to how Minecraft used to be. So I'm hoping it does take a Minecraft passage where just, like, things just eventually happen. So we'll see what ends up happening. But that is it for the No Man's Sky stuff. That's a mini review. We were going to do a full review, but we said all we needed to say.
Right. There's anything you need to know in a review. Unfortunately, there's already going to be so many reviews saying the exact same thing. There's not really much of a personal aspect to it.
It's
unfortunately.
People are disappointed because it's an exploration game, and that's not what people believed the game was. So, and I can understand that. That's partially publicity's fault, it's partially consumer fault, and it's partially these people, the big outlets like Kotaku, IGN, those kind of people that are, you know, constantly pushing this information into your face, you know what I mean, to build up your hype. So,
yeah.
But that's what they gotta do to live, so, you know, I can't blame them either, I guess. So here's an interesting one. I have the photo over here. So Gamescom recently happened, or is happening, I believe, soon. And outside of Gamescom, there is a flyer, or like a banner. And the banner says half-life, 3, or 3, right? Or, yeah, no, it is 3, so Half-Life 3, right? And it's in orange, which is, you know, what Half-Life is into, so, and I'm assuming you have seen plenty of memes about Half-Life 3, and you understand the holy grail of, yeah, okay. So, people were freaked the fuck out. They were like, holy shit, is Half-Life 3, like, real? Is this a real fucking thing? No. No, it is not. Indeed, it is a troll. It is the biggest of trolls. It's, now granted, this isn't Gamescom, it's in Germany, so it's in German. And it translated into English says, Half-Life, 3, 3 editors who played it back then. It's referring to the original Half-Life. And the way that they built the poster was to make it appear that way to get attention. I can appreciate that, but you are also a huge giant dick.
You are a troll.
You are the biggest troll of all time. So, funny. I'm going to insert the image probably in here so that you can see what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm yawning a lot. Oh my goodness. It's early in the day. I shouldn't be yawning.
Please stop that.
Well, not early in the day. It's like almost 7. But earlier than we usually record.
Please stop it. Anyways.
Yawn.
So, we cover...
Yawn.
We cover when Xbox does their updates, correct? So, PlayStation has announced, or is rolling out the 4.0 beta today. The new system software, which includes some new features. So, I'm going to go through here real quick and read these features to you. Now, I don't have I'm not looking at screenshots of these, so I don't know some of these. I don't know what they look like to describe them or post them. I probably can find them somewhere and post them up here. So the first thing is the UI is getting refreshed, and this is from the PlayStation blog, so I'm just going to read it word for word. We made a lot of adjustments and improvements to PS4's main UI. That includes a range of changes like revised pop-up notifications, updated system icons, and new system backgrounds to choose from. As a whole, it all adds up to a more refined and easy-to-use UI. Quick menu. As you know, pressing and holding the PlayStation button on the DualShock 4 brings up the quick menu. We've overhauled this menu to make it faster and easier to use. One big change is not that the menu only covers up a portion of the screen, meaning you don't have to leave gameplay entirely. While still offering a range of feature options such as viewing trophies for the games you are playing, you can also customize the quick menu to add shortcuts for the features you want to immediate access to. For instance, you can add online friends to your quick menu so that will show the online status of your friends, as well as shortcuts to your favorite groups, communities, and more. Sorry, I butchered the hell out of that sentence. The share menu, they've done basically the same thing with the share menu. It doesn't take up the whole screen, and it saves the last social network you used, so it'll just like do that again. I'm sure you can change it. Here's my favorite thing, and I know you're gonna like you'll like this eventually, but you haven't hit the point where your fucking PlayStation library is stupid. Like, you go to, like, look for a game, it takes fucking forever. So, they've added folders and library organization. This pleases me.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and it is, in what they say here, it is one of the biggest requests we get from you is for more options to organize content on PS4. With this update, we're adding functionality to create folders on PS4's content launcher and library. You know you know how there's the cross media bar, and then you go all the way to the right and there's the library. So on the cross media bar, you'll be able to make a folder, and you can also go into your library and make a folder. So it's a little bit easier. Not done yet. Hold on one second. They're also making changes to the library. We've added a new tab called Purchase Content, which will show all of the content you own, while your main library will only show content that is currently installed on your PS4. If you download a lot of games, demos, betas over the years, this should really help declutter your library. There are also some new sorting tools for your library, as well as allowing you to sort content by purchase date or install status. Also, you can search for specific games and apps via text. That's nice. So basically they're doing what Xbox does, where, like, it'll show what you have installed and then what you can install. Whereas right now it's just, here's all the shit you have.
I have never... I mean, don't get me wrong, Xbox's organization skills weren't that good for the longest time, but...
It took them a while, too.
But I have to admit, I like the... whatever Windows 10 version they're using on Xbox One way better than I like the PlayStation 4 operating system.
Well, to be fair, a lot of people that use the PS4 are used to the PS3, and the PS3 was fucking terrible. Like, the PS3 operating system is so terrible. It's like the worst thing ever. So, oh, there's
Do you remember when consoles didn't have operating systems? Or at least not an interface for them?
Yeah.
You would just plug in a cartridge and turn it on.
Well, yeah, I had a PS1.
Remember those days?
Yeah,
I remember
the PS1.
those days.
The PS2 was kind of like that, too. And the original Xbox. I mean, they had operating systems, technically, but it was like...
There was no visual UI.
No, it was mostly meant for managing your memory cards and your system settings, and that was about it. So I have two last things here. One is about trophies, and the other is about user profiles. So trophies cannot be viewed offline. You'll see a new offline mode option if your system is unable to connect to the network. So as of right now, to view trophies, you have to be online. Like, you can't view your trophies at all if you're not connected to PlayStation Network. It's stupid. So they're changing that. That's good. And now they are adding a button that will reveal the content of a hidden trophy. So basically, you don't have to look up online what the trophy is. You can just press, like, the options button. It'll just tell you what the trophy is. Because some developers are dicks and just use hidden trophies for all their trophies, and it's fucking impossible for you to figure out what you're supposed to do. And then they've updated the user profile, so you'll see more information at a glance. For instance, you'll be able to compare trophy progress side by side. And you can also add a background image to your profile, selected from the screenshots you took in games. And then I guess there's going to be more to the update, but those are just the features they're testing out in the beta. So that's good to know, because, I mean, don't get me wrong, at this point, I'm taking anything that'll make my life easier. But, I mean, they're not really doing anything crazy. So, and then I have, hold on. Alright, so this next one is, you remember how I talked to you about that fan-made Pokemon game?
The one that got taken down by Nintendo?
It didn't get taken down, per se, but Nintendo was basically like, can you please not put this out there? And they were like, alright, fine, we'll take it down. Everybody knew it was going to happen, because that's just how Nintendo is. So,
there are so many ROMs, though.
Oh, I know. It's just whatever. I don't see why they give a fuck. Like, but whatever. At this point, if I were Nintendo, I would have just been like, we'll just fucking scoop that from you. we'll just give you a couple $100,000 and be like, we'll just take the game from you and we'll just put it out on our systems. Seriously. That's what I would have done. But, whatever. So, it was called Pokmon Uranium. It was a fan-made game, and it took them 9 years to make. But they had over 1 million downloads before they decided to close off their official downloads. I'm sure you could find it on a torrent. Not recommending you do, but if you want it, I'm sure you can find it. So, one of the developers, a 22-year-old woman, named Involuntary Twitch, which I'm assuming is not her real name, has been working on the game since she was 13. And she was talking a little bit about how they plan to update it, get rid of some bugs, and they gotta add in the last 8 Pokemon. So that it sounds like they kind of want to do it in an event kind of fashion. You know what I mean? It looks very much based off of Ruby and Sapphire. I could be wrong, but these Pokemon are based off of nuclear radiation, that kind of stuff. So, but
that'll make sense.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It's really nice looking for a custom game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, they did a lot of good downloads. People really like it. And they have a whole slew of custom-made Pokemon. They made their own Pokemon for the game. They didn't just mismatch parts from other Pokemon. They used the art style, but they made their own. So that's impressive. And then now I want to move into the quick bada bing, bada boom kind of news, the flash news here.
Flash news! Zoom!
So, first, Paragon, the MOBA on PS4, is moving out of closed beta and founder status to open beta on PS4 and PC, and the beta is free. So if you want to play Paragon, it's up. This one was interesting. Rocket League is getting an octagon map. So you know how their maps normally are like little squares with rounded edges? This one is just going to be an octagon. And I thought about that and I was like, that's not that big of a deal. And then I thought about it, I was like, no, wait, that changes dramatically how you're going to bounce the ball around in the map. Because the Rocket League is all about angles and physics. And I love it. But, so that was interesting. And then
one of these days we should get a night together where we face off against you, Justin, and I'll face off against 3 of our viewers.
I would be totally down to do that. I really like Rocket League. It's probably one of my favorite games ever.
Rocket League is so fun. It's so simple.
I know, right? It's like this is the most simple game ever. It's such a simple idea, and yet it's still so fucking fun. So, it's that time of the year. Destiny's gonna release a new expansion, so you know what that means. They gotta release a whole nother collection for $60. Guess what? It's got all the DLC in it. Big surprise.
I mean, we already went over this, but I'll just make a quick recap.
They're gonna do it every year.
It's understandable. I mean, I'm not saying that I like it. Like, of course, paying for all those DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I owned it, and I actually paid for it like 1.5 times because I bought all the way up to the Taken King on the Xbox One version, and then when my brother here so graciously got me a PS4, I went out and bought the Taken King edition.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I could play with him. Oh my goodness. I'm almost 23, I promise. Which, by the way, I passed him up so quickly. On Destiny, but
it's not hard when you stop playing for months.
Yeah, I mean, of course they're going to release a new version because they're not. If they're having trouble getting people to buy their game already, like no one's going to go in and then spend what? How much were each of the DLCs? $20?
It was $60 for the base game, $20 for the first DLC, $20 for the second DLC, $35 for the season pass that included both DLCs, $40 for Taken King, and then now another $20 for Rise of Iron.
Yeah, so no one's gonna openly go in there and spend almost $160.
No. But that's the problem, is the people that have been playing since day one will have spent $160.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. That's why I've told people
Activision doesn't care.
No, Activision will take your money all day. They don't give a flying fuck. My thing with Destiny is if you're not hardcore into Destiny and you just like playing it every now and again, pick it up when there's a collection and then wait a couple DLCs and pick it back up again and then play it with your friends. If you're hardcore into it, you're going to buy all the DLC no matter what. Like, that's just what you're going to do.
I haven't played it in almost a month.
Really? I haven't. Yeah, I haven't played since the last time you guys wanted me to play with you. But I will say, congratulations to them, because for one fucking time they actually listened to what people wanted, and Rise of Irons finally will include private PvP matches. So, that's cool.
Yeah, they probably won't affect your challenges or anything.
No,
most likely.
No,
that wouldn't be fair.
It's interesting to me because I didn't read. What the fuck just happened? Sorry, my notes acted all buggy for a second. The PvP is less dynamic than how Bungie used to make Halo's private PvP matches, but there are tons of options. Like, you can set the light level, you can set what map you're on, what time of day the map is, you know, what kind of mode you're playing. It's basically Crucible offline. I mean, it's still online because you have to sign in and everything, but, you know, you don't have to play with people you don't really want to. You can just play with your friends if you really want to. So that's nice. I'm glad they actually finally did that, because people have been asking about that, since day one. They are also offering you, if you are upgrading from last gen, which between this year and next year will probably be happening more. Last gen until January 31st of next year can upgrade to the Destiny Collection for $40. Because Rise of Iron isn't coming out on PS3 and 360. If you buy it on... Now, granted, I'm assuming you have to go respectively, PS3 to PS4, Xbox 360 to Xbox One. I'm assuming that is how it is because the stores match up. It's only $40 for the collection for you if you're upgrading from last gen. So that's actually not a bad price, especially if you skipped out. But I don't know how they're basing that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you have to... How you go about doing that. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. But that's pretty much it.
I'm curious of something.
Yeah.
Now, are they considered the same game? Like, if I played on 360 and got to the max light level, and then I put it into... I got the version for that same line of console, but the next gen for, like, if I played on Xbox 360, got to max light level, and then put it into Xbox One, would I still have that light level?
From what I understand, you can transfer from 360 to Xbox One, but not Xbox One to 360.
Okay.
So once you go to next gen, or current gen, you can't go back. From what I understand. I could be wrong. I don't do that. Manny's the only one I know that's ever done that. So, I would have to ask him.
If you get an Xbox One S, you could say once you go white, you never go back.
I like the black ones. Well, I don't have a black Xbox One, but I have a black PS4. It's close enough. Anyways.
So yay, I'll probably enjoy Destiny for a little bit, then I'll put it down, and then I'll start to play. I'll play on and off once I get myself high enough.
That's where I'm pretty much at with it. I'm gonna play it until I stop enjoying it, and I'm just not gonna play it anymore. Because I'm not gonna burn myself out on a game I don't really want to play, or with, you know, whatever activities they want you to get max level, because I just don't care enough anymore. I used to, I just don't anymore. I want to play other stuff. Like one of these games, or one of these things on this list, my lord.
Which is?
I'll tell you. It's coming up after this current piece of news. So Witcher 3 Game of the Year Edition is coming out, right? It comes with all the DLC. And it comes out on PS4 and Xbox One. Don't know why, but if you have Witcher 3, your save will not transfer over to the Game of the Year Edition. I don't know why, it just doesn't. I didn't read it. I didn't read into it because I didn't think the specifics were important. I think it's just important for you to know your save will not transfer if you're on console. If you're on PC, it's not going to matter because they're just giving you like a free upgrade, I think, for it. But if you are on PS4 or Xbox One, your saves do not transfer, so you're probably better off just buying the season pass or whatever.
Yeah.
So, now here's something that I find exciting. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not believe this game is currently on Virtual Console for the Wii U. So, in Europe, Pokemon Snap is coming to the Wii U. It is on the American...
I think it's on the American version.
I could be wrong. Because in the article it said, here's to hoping Pokemon Snap comes to America. Now, see, I
could be wrong.
Thought it was stupid that they didn't release Pokemon Snap on the Wii U. I thought it was perfect for the gamepad. Does the gamepad have a back camera or no?
No.
Just a front-facing camera?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they still could have done it. It has a gyroscope in it. So, I always thought that was a miss with them. Because it's such an obvious one for the gamepad. You know what I mean? You don't need a peripheral. You just take the gamepad and you're just like, I'm gonna shoot shit. Not literally shoot shit, but you know what I mean. Take pictures and stuff. So yeah, as far as I can see here, it's just Europe and Japan that have it. Let's see here. Japan got it. When did Japan get it? I'm waiting for the article to load. Japan got it 5 months ago. So it came out in Japan, and then now it's coming out in Europe, which means we'll probably see it eventually. When? I don't know. But we'll probably get it if Japan and Europe are getting it. So I'm excited for that. That would give me a reason to play my Wii U. I really like Pokemon Snap. It's such a stupid-ass game, but I enjoy it. So I got some sad news, but not surprising news. Final Fantasy 15 is delayed until November 29th of this year because they said that they want to polish the game and make sure they can give everybody the best experience possible. Basically, they gave the same bullshit everybody gives us when they want the game. The game's not ready to go yet, so they gotta do shit. Cool. Finish the game. I don't know why people get pissed off about this shit. Like, the reason they're not giving you the game is because it's probably not what they want you to see.
They'll get mad. We went over this, Mike. Yeah. They'll get mad either way. The game's delayed. Why is it taking so long? Game comes out with bugs in it. Why are these bugs here? You shouldn't have released it like this.
Hold on. I gotta find this tweet. Somebody put this tweet out perfectly. It's so fucking great. So I saw it from somebody retweeted it, and then I just garbled it back. Here it is. So it says, Day 1 patch. Why couldn't they just release the finished game? Game is delayed. This is ridiculous. But it's like, the point was that, who was this? Who said this? Nick Chester said this. And I was like, that's so goddamn true. Like, no matter what, people are gonna be pissed. They'll fuck them. You know. Whatever.
Don't even try. Don't even try to please them.
Don't even try. Just make your game, put it out. Metal Gear Solid 5. I talked about this with you. So Metal Gear Solid 5 Definitive Experience has been listed by two different retailers now. One of them being Amazon and the other one now being Dell. Which is weird. You know that Dell sells games on their store? They actually usually have pretty good deals. It's weird. But it's listed for PS4 and Xbox One for $50 US. And it says, the product description is fucking hilarious. Excuse me. Metal Gear Solid 5 The Definitive Experience includes two of the best Metal Gear Solid 5 games. Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain and Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes.
Now let's think about this.
There's only two games.
Two of the best Metal Gear Solid 5 games. But how many Metal Gear Solid 5s? How many Metal Gear Solid 5 games are there?
Well, there's only two. Of course, they're the two best.
I'd say they are the two best.
That's like me saying, this is the best podcast we've recorded today. Well, yeah, it's the only one we've recorded today. Dumbass.
That Chipotle bowl was the best Chipotle bowl I could have had within the last 10 minutes.
I know, right?
That's amazing. I didn't actually eat Chipotle. But I do have a free bowl. I should probably go get some.
I had Chipotle today. It was great.
I have a free bowl waiting for me with my Chipotle cup.
So here's the last piece of news, and then we can get out of here. PS4 exclusive The Tomorrow Children is free to play and will receive a Founders Pack similar to how Paragon was on September 6th. So if you want to play the Tomorrow Children in early access on PS4, you buy the Founders Pack, and it comes with a bunch of bullshit for the game. Like pre-order shit, basically. But you get to play the game early. Because that's how Paragon was before it moved into beta this week. And so that will come out on the 6th, and then eventually the free-to-play version will come out. So, which is interesting, because I haven't seen this game since fucking 2 E3s ago, or PlayStation Experience.
I haven't heard anything about that recently.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it recently, and I never see anybody talking about it. Now, granted, the group we used to be a part of, Fanboys of Gaming, they're not mostly Xbox-centric, but a lot of the debates and conversations in there are Xbox-related, because there's just a lot of people that play Xbox in that group. A lot of people that play PlayStation 2, but those people apparently just keep quiet on shit. But... So I don't see anybody fucking talking about this game. Like, no one. It's like Drawn to Death. I don't see anybody talking about Drawn to Death. I've played Drawn to Death. I have it. It's good. I think it's pretty good, but nobody gives a shit, apparently.
Tell me more. Tell me all about it, Michael.
It's an arena game. It's a third-person arena shooter that is drawn in the art style of a teenage high school girl's drawings. The art style's fucking cool. Game's cool. I have a lot of fun with it, but the problem is nobody gives a shit about it yet, or the people that do give a shit about it, there's just not enough of them. So it's like when you try to play an old Call of Duty, there's just fucking no one online.
I'm sorry, but the best thing I could say about that was one day, shortly after I moved in here, when I still had a 360, I put in World at War. Just to go, like, you know what? This was a really fun game. I'm going to go in there. And what do I see? I see someone flying. I'm in a multiplayer match, and someone is flying. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. They look like they're standing still, but you just see their sprite just...
They're not even running or anything. The animation's just completely stopped. They're just... I love when that happens in actual games. Like, and it's just a bug. Like, you ever see that in like a game where it bugs and it's just like...
Yeah, we were playing Halo 5 once. We always bitch about Halo 5 just because the online is so terrible.
We're the only people that happens to. Like, I don't understand why it's just us. Because I see people playing all the time. I see people like, yeah, we're playing Halo 5 tonight, whatever, and I'm like... That's cool, but, like, I can never fucking play with my friends on Halo 5.
None of us can, and I have a good, like, internet connection. I have, like, good stuff. So it's not internet to blame. It's just for some reason.
Whenever we connect to the servers, they're shit. Like, we can't play campaign together. We can't play fucking multiplayer together. Like, it's just awful. So we just don't play the game.
I want Justin to get Halo Reach for Xbox One. That is... once it got to the backwards compatibility store.
So good.
Just the infection is so fun on Halo Reach.
I wish they would just remaster Reach. That would be awesome. Or at least just remaster the... Actually, no, 343, stay the fuck away from Reach. Stay the fuck away from it.
Right. Halo 4 was good. I will say, they made Halo 4, and Halo 4 had an awesome campaign. Yeah. And it had an awesome multiplayer, too.
I have no problem. I never played Halo 4, but my complaint with Halo 5 is that it's just like the online just doesn't fucking work. And then before that, Master Chief just didn't fucking work. Like, just like, what the fuck happened to you guys?
The Master Chief collection was a nightmare.
What the fuck happened?
It was an absolute nightmare.
Dear Lord.
That was awful.
Bad, dude. You want to know what's awful?
The Master Chief collection was also made by Bungie.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, look on the box.
I'm kind of curious. I think they have to put Bungie on there because they made all the games.
Well, I'm pretty sure Bungie owns the rights to those games.
I think it's similar to Gears. I think they bought the rights.
Well, it is on the box. The Bungie is on the box.
So is 343 though.
Well, 343 helped develop all the Halo games.
Oh, really?
343 worked in tangent with Bungie as just like another producer, and then when they wanted to give up on it, 343 is like, no, we'll stretch this way longer than its limits. Give it to us.
Alright, so here's what it says. The collection was developed by 343 in conjunction with Certain Affinity, Ruffian Games, Saber Interactive, Blur Studio, and United Front Games. Well, that explains it. You had 5 different fucking people working on the game.
It says Bungie on the box.
Again, I think it's because Bungie worked on the games, or they have some connection to them. Because, I mean, if Bungie owned the right to Halo, why the fuck do they ever have to, do anything again?
I feel like it's called the Master Chief Collection just so that they can be lazy and not include Halo Reach. They included all of the Halo games except Reach.
No, they didn't include Halo
Wars. And Halo Wars.
It's still a Halo game. Still technically a Halo game. If you have to
say it like that, it's still a Halo game. That is the reason right there.
It's like saying Final Fantasy Tactics isn't a Final Fantasy game. They're different genres, but they're still in the same universe.
Yeah, they're still in the same universe, but it's not that I'm not counting it as a Halo game, but
it's not traditional.
The people that want to play, like, if I was to give someone the Master Chief Collection, do you think that as soon as they put in the disc, they'd go, hey, where's Halo Wars?
I would, but that's just me.
That's you, and you're weird.
I like Halo Wars, so... I actually really like Halo Wars. Here's the thing, though. I really fucking hate top-down games where you have to do exactly what you do in Halo Wars, but I still fucking love Halo Wars for some reason. I don't know why. It's so fun. I'm actually really excited for 2. I'm probably more excited for 2 than I was for Halo 5. And I got Halo 5 and I was like, this is gonna be great. And then I was like...
Yeah, I got Halo 5 and I was expecting it to be great and it was just awful.
You didn't like any part of Halo 5. That's the worst part for you. I actually like the campaign. So
the campaign just... I don't know. The whole theme of Halo has changed. Halo 4, the reason I liked Halo 4 is because it still stayed at that point of Master Chief, like the last Spartan, like the only hope of anything. And now the theme, it just...
Now it's the universe. It's not just him.
Yeah. Now there's other Spartans. Damn it. Alright, we're gonna go now before I get all upset over thinking about wasted money on Halo 5.
Okay, bye.
Bye.